Do you often wake up in the middle of the night with a sharp, stabbing pain shooting through your leg? Maybe you've felt that sudden, intense cramp while enjoying a peaceful evening walk, or perhaps it strikes when you're simply getting out of bed in the morning. If this sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone in this experience. Leg cramps affect millions of older adults across the country, and they can turn a restful night into a painful ordeal. What might surprise you is that some of your everyday habits, things you do without even thinking about them, could be the hidden triggers behind these uncomfortable episodes. These aren't just minor inconveniences we're talking about. Leg cramps can disrupt your sleep, affect your mobility, and even make you hesitant to engage in activities you once enjoyed. The good news is that understanding what causes them puts you in control of preventing them. Today, we're going to explore 5 common habits that many seniors unknowingly practice, habits that could be setting the stage for those painful muscle spasms. More importantly, we'll discuss practical, easy-to-implement solutions that can help you reclaim your comfort and confidence. You don't have to accept leg cramps as just another part of aging. With the right knowledge and a few simple adjustments to your daily routine, you can significantly reduce their frequency and intensity. Let's dive into what's really happening when these cramps strike and discover how small changes can make a big difference in your quality of life. As we age, our bodies undergo several natural changes that make leg cramps more likely to occur. Understanding these changes helps explain why something that rarely bothered you in your younger years might now be a regular concern. One of the most significant factors is the gradual loss of muscle mass and elasticity that occurs with aging. After age 30, we naturally lose about 3 to 8% of our muscle mass per decade, and this loss accelerates after age 60. When muscles become smaller and less flexible, they're more susceptible to sudden contractions and have a harder time relaxing afterward. Your circulation also changes as you get older. Blood vessels may become less flexible, and your heart might not pump blood as efficiently as it once did. This means that your leg muscles don't receive oxygen and nutrients as readily, making them more prone to fatigue and cramping. The nervous system that controls your muscles also ages. The communication between your brain and your muscles can become less precise, sometimes leading to mixed signals that result in unwanted muscle contractions. Additionally, the reflexes that normally help prevent muscle overcontraction may not respond as quickly as they used to. Changes in activity levels play a crucial role as well. Many older adults become less active due to various health concerns, joint problems, or simply lifestyle changes. When muscles aren't used regularly, they become weaker and more likely to cramp when they are called upon to work. Sleep patterns often change with age too, and this can contribute to nighttime cramping. Older adults may spend more time in lighter stages of sleep, making them more aware of physical discomfort. Additionally, certain sleep positions that were once comfortable might now put pressure on muscles or blood vessels. Medication use typically increases with age, and many common medications prescribed for older adults can contribute to muscle cramps as a side effect. These include medications for high blood pressure, cholesterol, and various other conditions that become more common as we age. Chronic health conditions that are more prevalent in older adults, such as diabetes, kidney disease, or peripheral artery disease, can also increase the likelihood of experiencing leg cramps. These conditions affect circulation, nerve function, or electrolyte balance in ways that make muscles more irritable. Dehydration is one of the most common and easily preventable causes of leg cramps in older adults. Your muscles are approximately 75% water, and when they don't have adequate fluid, they simply cannot function properly. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at conserving water. Our kidneys don't concentrate urine as effectively, and we may not feel thirsty as readily as we did when we were younger. This means that many older adults are walking around in a state of mild dehydration without even realizing it. When you're dehydrated, your blood becomes more concentrated, which affects the delicate balance of electrolytes that your muscles need to contract and relax smoothly. Sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium all play crucial roles in muscle function, and dehydration disrupts their proper concentrations. Even mild dehydration can throw your entire system off balance. You might not feel particularly thirsty or notice other obvious signs of dehydration, but your muscles are already beginning to struggle. This is why leg cramps often occur at night, after a full day of inadequate fluid intake has taken its toll. Many older adults intentionally limit their fluid intake, especially in the evening, to avoid frequent trips to the bathroom during the night. While this is understandable, it can set up a cycle where nighttime dehydration leads to leg cramps, which then disrupt sleep anyway. Certain medications commonly prescribed to older adults can increase fluid loss. Diuretics used to treat high blood pressure and heart conditions literally cause your body to eliminate more water. If you're taking these medications and not compensating with increased fluid intake, you're at higher risk for dehydration-related cramps. The solution isn't just drinking more water, though that's certainly important. You need to drink water consistently throughout the day, rather than trying to catch up with large amounts at once. Your body can only absorb so much fluid at a time, and excess water will simply be eliminated rather than used by your muscles. Consider keeping a water bottle nearby throughout the day and taking small sips regularly. If plain water doesn't appeal to you, try adding a slice of lemon or cucumber for flavor. Herbal teas, clear broths, and water-rich foods like watermelon and soup all contribute to your daily fluid intake. Pay attention to signs that you might be dehydrated, including dark yellow urine, dry mouth, fatigue, or dizziness. If you're experiencing frequent leg cramps, increasing your fluid intake should be one of the first strategies you try. Extended periods of inactivity are a major contributor to leg cramps, yet many older adults spend significant portions of their day in sedentary positions. Whether you're enjoying your favorite television programs, reading for hours, or spending long periods in bed, prolonged inactivity can set the stage for painful muscle spasms. When you remain in one position for too long, several things happen that increase your cramp risk. First, your circulation slows down dramatically. Blood flow to your leg muscles decreases, which means they receive less oxygen and fewer nutrients, while waste products begin to accumulate in the muscle tissue. This reduced circulation also affects the removal of metabolic waste products from your muscles. When muscles can't efficiently clear out these waste substances, they become more irritable and prone to sudden contractions. Think of it like a clogged drain. When things can't flow properly, problems inevitably develop. Certain positions are particularly problematic. Sitting with your legs crossed or tucked under you can compress blood vessels and put pressure on nerves. Lying in bed with your feet pointed downward, a position called plantar flexion, puts your calf muscles in a shortened position that makes them more likely to cramp. Many older adults spend considerable time in recliners, which can be especially troublesome. While these chairs are designed for comfort, they often keep your legs in a bent position for extended periods. This can lead to muscle stiffness and reduced circulation, particularly in the calves and thighs. The problem becomes worse when inactivity is combined with other risk factors. If you're not drinking enough water and you're sitting still for hours, you're creating the perfect storm for muscle cramps. Add in the natural changes that occur with aging, and cramping becomes almost inevitable. Even sleep can become problematic if you remain in one position too long. While it's natural to have a preferred sleeping position, staying in the exact same position all night can compress blood vessels or put sustained pressure on certain muscle groups. The solution is to build regular movement into your day, even if you have mobility limitations. Every 30 to 60 minutes, try to change positions or do some simple movements. This doesn't require vigorous exercise. Simple ankle circles, calf raises, or even just standing up and sitting back down can help maintain circulation. If you enjoy reading or watching television, consider doing some gentle stretches during commercial breaks or between chapters. Set a timer to remind yourself to move if you tend to lose track of time during sedentary activities. While inactivity can cause leg cramps, the opposite extreme, overusing certain muscles, can be equally problematic. Many older adults experience cramps after engaging in more physical activity than their muscles are accustomed to, even if that activity seems quite moderate. This often happens when you have a particularly active day after several days of limited activity. Perhaps you spend an entire afternoon gardening, take a longer walk than usual, or engage in spring cleaning activities. Your muscles, unaccustomed to this level of work, become fatigued and prone to cramping hours later. The problem isn't necessarily the activity itself, but rather the sudden change in your activity level. Your muscles need time to adapt to increased demands. When you ask them to do more than they're prepared for, they may respond with painful spasms, often occurring several hours after the activity ends. Certain activities are particularly likely to trigger cramps in older adults. Gardening involves prolonged squatting, bending, and reaching, which can stress muscles that aren't used regularly. Walking on uneven surfaces, such as hiking trails or beaches, requires your leg muscles to work harder to maintain balance and stability. Even household activities can be problematic if done for extended periods. Standing at the kitchen counter for hours while cooking or baking, cleaning floors on your hands and knees, or organizing closets can all lead to muscle overuse, especially if these aren't regular activities for you. What makes this particularly tricky is that the cramping often doesn't occur during the activity itself. Instead, cramps typically strike several hours later, often during the night when you're trying to sleep. This delayed onset can make it difficult to connect the cramping to the earlier activity. The muscles most commonly affected by overuse are the calves, which work hard during walking and standing activities. However, the thighs, feet, and even the muscles along your shins can cramp if they've been worked beyond their usual capacity. Prevention involves building up your activity level gradually rather than jumping into intensive activities after periods of inactivity. If you want to start gardening again after winter, begin with short sessions and increase the time gradually over several weeks. Pay attention to how your body feels during activities. Muscle fatigue, heaviness, or slight aching during activity are warning signs that you may be pushing too hard. It's better to stop and rest than return to the activity later rather than pushing through and dealing with cramps afterward. Proper warm-up and cool-down routines become increasingly important as we age. A few minutes of gentle movement before activity and some light stretching afterward can help prevent the muscle fatigue that leads to cramping. Your diet plays a crucial role in muscle function, and deficiencies in certain key nutrients can make leg cramps much more likely to occur. Many older adults unknowingly follow eating patterns that don't provide adequate amounts of the minerals essential for proper muscle function. Magnesium is perhaps the most important mineral for preventing muscle cramps. This nutrient helps regulate muscle contractions and relaxation, and even mild deficiencies can lead to increased muscle irritability. Unfortunately, magnesium deficiency is quite common among older adults, partly because the body's ability to absorb this mineral decreases with age. Many factors can further deplete your magnesium levels. Certain medications, including diuretics and proton pump inhibitors used for acid reflux, can increase magnesium loss. Chronic health conditions such as diabetes can also affect magnesium absorption and retention. Potassium is another critical mineral that many older adults don't get enough of in their diets. This nutrient works closely with sodium to regulate fluid balance and muscle function. When potassium levels are low, muscles become more prone to cramping and may not relax properly after contracting. Bananas are often mentioned as a good source of potassium, but many other foods contain even higher amounts. Sweet potatoes, spinach, avocados, and white beans all provide significant amounts of this important mineral. The key is eating a variety of potassium-rich foods regularly, not just occasionally. Calcium plays a vital role in muscle contraction, and inadequate intake can contribute to cramping. While dairy products are well-known calcium sources, many older adults reduce their dairy consumption due to lactose intolerance or other digestive issues. It's important to find alternative calcium sources such as leafy green vegetables, canned fish with bones, or fortified plant-based milk alternatives. Vitamin D deficiency, which is extremely common among older adults, can also contribute to muscle problems, including cramping. This vitamin helps your body absorb calcium and plays a role in muscle function. Since vitamin D is primarily made in the skin through sun exposure, and older adults often spend less time outdoors, deficiency becomes more likely with age. The problem is often compounded by changes in appetite and eating patterns that commonly occur as we age. Smaller appetites, dental problems, medication side effects, or simply cooking for one person can all lead to less varied, less nutrient-dense diets. Rather than focusing on individual supplements, which should always be discussed with your healthcare provider, aim to include a variety of nutrient-rich foods in your daily meals. Dark leafy greens, nuts and seeds, whole grains, and lean proteins all contribute important minerals for muscle health. Many medications commonly prescribed to older adults can increase the likelihood of experiencing leg cramps, yet this side effect is often overlooked or not discussed thoroughly when prescriptions are given. Understanding which medications might contribute to cramping can help you work with your healthcare provider to find solutions. Diuretics, also known as water pills, are frequently prescribed to manage high blood pressure and heart conditions. These medications work by helping your body eliminate excess fluid, but they also cause the loss of important electrolytes including potassium, magnesium, and sodium. This disruption in electrolyte balance can make muscles more prone to cramping. If you're taking diuretics and experiencing frequent leg cramps, it doesn't mean you should stop taking your medication. Instead, discuss this side effect with your doctor. They may recommend dietary changes to replace lost electrolytes, suggest a different type of diuretic, or monitor your electrolyte levels more closely. Statins, prescribed to lower cholesterol levels, are another class of medications that can contribute to muscle problems, including cramping. These medications can sometimes cause muscle inflammation or affect the way muscles use energy, leading to pain, weakness, or cramping. While serious muscle problems from statins are relatively rare, mild muscle discomfort and cramping are more common. Some blood pressure medications beyond diuretics can also contribute to cramping. Certain types of calcium channel blockers and ACE inhibitors may affect muscle function or electrolyte balance in ways that increase cramp risk. Again, this doesn't mean these medications are dangerous or should be avoided, but it's important to be aware of potential side effects. Medications for osteoporosis, particularly certain types of bisphosphonates, can sometimes cause muscle and bone pain that may include cramping. Iron supplements, while necessary for some people, can cause stomach upset that leads to reduced food intake, potentially contributing to nutrient deficiencies that increase cramp risk. Even some over-the-counter medications can be problematic. Long-term use of certain antacids can affect magnesium absorption, while some sleep aids can cause changes in sleep position or muscle relaxation that contribute to cramping. The timing of when you take medications can also matter. Some medications work best when taken with food, while others should be taken on an empty stomach. Taking medications incorrectly can affect their absorption and potentially increase side effects, including muscle cramping. It's crucial to maintain open communication with all your healthcare providers about any muscle cramping you're experiencing. Bring a list of all medications you're taking, including over-the-counter drugs and supplements, to your appointments. Now that we've identified the common habits that can trigger leg cramps, let's focus on practical, achievable solutions that can help you prevent these painful episodes and improve your overall comfort and quality of life. Staying properly hydrated should be your first priority, and this means drinking water consistently throughout the day rather than trying to catch up all at once. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses of water daily, but remember that this includes all fluids, not just plain water. Herbal teas, clear broths, and water-rich foods like soup and fresh fruits all contribute to your daily fluid intake. If you're concerned about nighttime bathroom trips, try drinking most of your fluids earlier in the day and tapering off about 2 hours before bedtime. Keep a small glass of water by your bedside for sips if you wake up during the night, as even small amounts can help maintain hydration. Gentle stretching before bedtime can work wonders for preventing nighttime cramps. Focus on your calf muscles by standing arm's length from a wall, placing your palms against it, and slowly leaning forward while keeping your heels on the ground. Hold this stretch for 30 seconds and repeat it 2 or 3 times. You can also try towel stretches while sitting on the edge of your bed. Loop a towel around the ball of your foot and gently pull your toes towards you while keeping your knee straight. This stretches the entire back of your leg and can be particularly effective if done just before lying down. Regular, moderate activity is crucial for maintaining good circulation and muscle health. This doesn't mean you need to join a gym or engage in strenuous exercise. Simple activities like walking around your home every hour, doing seated leg exercises while watching television, or gentle yoga can make a significant difference. If mobility is limited, even seated exercises can help. Try ankle circles, pointing and flexing your feet, or simply lifting your heels and toes alternately while sitting. These small movements help maintain circulation and keep muscles from becoming too stiff. Pay attention to your sleeping position and consider making adjustments that keep your muscles in more neutral positions. Avoid sleeping with your feet pointed downward. Instead, try to keep your feet in a more natural, relaxed position. Some people find that sleeping with a pillow under their knees helps maintain better leg alignment. Focus on including magnesium-rich foods in your daily diet. Dark leafy greens like spinach and Swiss chard, nuts and seeds, whole grains, and legumes are all excellent sources. A small handful of almonds or pumpkin seeds makes a perfect snack that supports muscle health. For potassium, think beyond bananas to include sweet potatoes, avocados, white beans, and leafy greens in your meals. These foods not only provide potassium but also offer other nutrients that support overall health.